What's up, Transformers fans? Mondo here, back with another Moonbase 84 transmission. And today I'm checking out the Leader Class Bulkhead from Transformers Animated. But before I do, if you could be so kind and hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and all that jazz, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so now let's check out Bulkhead. So as you can see here, we have Bulkhead in his vehicle mode, which is a military vehicle, looking pretty awesome. And I really do like the details on him, and very, very show accurate. Of course, it's not quite as round, but they did a good job getting a lot of that roundness in. And the animated toys, I think, were just fantastic. They did such a great job with their both modes, vehicle mode and the robot modes, especially, to get them as close to the he has lights and sounds, get them as close to the show as the look as close as the show as possible. And I think they did a really great job. I love this like military olivish, I don't know, green color. And you can see the nice sculpt work all on his side here. Nice panels, some rivets all the way through. I love the black contrasting, nice contrast to the green. You have this piece here with some nice rivets, nicely painted star, with it holding his missiles. He rolls pretty nicely. I mean, he is an older figure, he squeaks. Check out the front here. You got that nice Autobot symbol, nice paint on the grill and on the lights. You get like this brownish color around here. More of those rivets. So yeah, he looks very heavy duty. He has this little, very sensitive. This is kind of like a turret, but it doesn't turn. You can see the lights work and flash. He does have his guns that swivel. Again, very sensitive. He wants to transform. And here's a look at him from this side, same thing. Some heavy duty tires. These can swivel. And these also come off. You can take these off. There's 4 of them. You get some nice paint work there. So pretty cool there. And then we'll go around, I'll leave that off for now. We'll go around to the back and some more details there. So really cool alt mode for Bulkhead. Now in vehicle mode, he also does have other sounds besides the transformation sound. He has sirens, and you see the lights going. That's pretty cool. And of course so he really wants to transform, so I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and we will check out his robot mode. So here is animated leader Bulkhead in robot mode, and I think Hasbro did a fantastic job way back in, what was it, 2005-ish, when they made this figure. This thing just is fantastic, especially for its time. They did a really good job of getting that roundish look of the animation model and translating it into a figure. Of course, it's not 100% perfect, but I think it's pretty accurate, and a fantastic job, especially for, you know, the time. It's just an amazing looking Bulkhead, basically. He is, just like his namesake and the character, very bulky, very thick and squat. We do have the cool head sculpt there. Of course, the Bulkhead head sculpt, looking awesome. The details basically here for his chest is the front of the vehicle mode, but you know, the bits trimmed down a little bit. Really cool. And I love, like I said, he was wide and squat. His legs do well, if you can see him, a great job of conveying that. He's got the stubby legs like he did in the show. He's got like the pincers for the hands, for his hands, and the pieces in the back that come up and around. I think in the show, it's been a while, I think these collapse a little bit more, but hey, like I said, this is a toy, and they did an amazing job of translating from animation model to figure. You will notice on my copy, it's a little different than, I guess you'd say, the stock version. The stock version had a gimmick, I think, on this hand where he had a buzzsaw. I got this off of eBay, and they did, there was a mod at the time going around where you would get rid of that, so it'd be a nice cleaner looking hand to match this hand, and I do like that much better. I did already have, well, my oldest son had this figure. It unfortunately was with our collection of bunch of different stuff that got stolen. I had him a copy of mine in box, unopened, just because we used to play with his all the time, so I didn't feel a need really to open mine at the time. And that has since gone the way of the dodo. But so I did experience the toy stock, and I will say this modification is an improvement. I like the figure much more with this modification. And he does have the little gimmick here where he can open up his pincer hands, and when he had the buzzsaw, you would do that and it would pop up and spin or something like that, if I remember. But now we have the same gimmick, which I do like. As I said, I like much more. You can still plug his missiles on the side of his arms if you so choose, over here. And what else can he do? Oh, we will show you what else he can do. First, I just want to do articulation quickly. So his head kind of turns. It's kind of part of the gimmick, so it doesn't stay, it snaps back. But he has nice, his almost everything is ratcheted on this guy. Nice tight ratchets, except for here on his swivel. That's not ratcheted, but still cool. As you can see, he has like a 90-degree elbow. That doesn't rotate because it's part of the gimmick. Nothing at the waist, but his legs do kick a little bit. I mean, he's got short, stubby legs, so you're not going to expect him to be a ninja, but they do the splits. He's got a nice ratcheted knee bend. He can pivot back, dude. His foot ankle can pivot that way due to articulation, but no rocker or anything. Very solid figure, but for his size and what he is, I think he does plenty in the articulation department. Okay, to finish off his features, we have the electronic features that he has in robot mode. So to activate them, you hit the Autobot symbol. I love that. Time for the big guns. All these phrases from the show, and he sounds just like, you know, the same voice from the show, which is awesome. And you see everything lights up still.
Sorry, my bad.
Classic Bulkhead quote. So he does those three, but that's not all. There was an episode with the Headmaster where he took over Bulkhead's body, and included is the Headmaster unit. It doesn't transform or anything, but yeah, again, looks just like the cartoon. He's got that little smirk on his face. Really cool. And you can put it on Bulkhead's head. And when you do, is it on there? Oh, it's not on. There we go. There we go. And that is a phrase the Headmaster would use in the show. He was a nutcase. I loved the Headmaster. And I will say this is equally as funny because my oldest son hates that phrase. Because, you know, I'm not your typical dad. Well, maybe I am, I don't know, but I would play like video games with my son and beat him at the games and stuff, and I would always come out back with the own it, total own it. So I'd always be like, total, in the show he'd be like, total ownage, noob. And I would always say that to him when I'd beat him in video games or anything, messing around with him. And he grew to hate that phrase, which to me I think is funny. So after I'm done filming this review, I am going to send him a short little clip, and it's just going to be own it! Total own it! And he'll laugh. You know, he's old enough to laugh now, but I think part of him still might hate that. But yeah, it's just really fun. Fun little memory of me messing with my oldest boy. So to start to wrap up the video, I'm going to say, as person who grew up with G1, Transformers and Transformers toys, a lot of us like that did grow up with them usually have the saying like they don't build them like they used to. But when it comes to toys that are as great as this animated leader class Bulkhead, that's still, looking at it from today as to back then, that saying holds true. They don't build them like they used to. I think this figure is fantastic. He still is a fantastic figure. Now, I went and reacquired him a little while ago. Just getting now around to sharing him with you on the channel. Mainly because I didn't put the batteries in him. And I was kind of afraid because I didn't check when I first got him if his batteries were missing. And I was hoping that was the case because it said it worked, you know, the listing, and it didn't. And then I got thinking, well, it's probably not the batteries. I said it probably doesn't have the batteries, and it didn't even bother to check. I got sidetracked. Had him sitting on the shelf, just looking cool. I said, I want to share this Bulkhead because he's cool. Decided to check. Thankfully, yes, it was just the batteries not in him. So I got batteries, and here we are. Big ramble, but oh well. But as for the figure, yeah, still a fantastic figure. I think he holds up pretty well. He does an incredible job of evoking his animation model, and I love the Bulkhead character. Transformers Prime Bulkhead, being just a little bit, you know, higher up, of which one I like the most. But I love the character in animated. And animated, I'm not what people call a G1er. I'm not a die-hard, like if it's not G1 it sucks. And I really ended up enjoying the animated cartoon and the toys. The toys, I think, were incredible. I'll say it again, I did mention it earlier, to get the toys to be, you know, to evoke that Transformers animated design is an incredible feat of engineering, in my opinion. The sleekness, the roundness of the shapes. It's just an awesome job by Hasbro at the time. And this Bulkhead is a shining example of that. With that being said, drop me a comment, tell me what you think, and as always, thanks for docking.